I will say this, and I'll say it clearly and loudly and to the camera. I have done the numbers as tightly as I know how. Everybody's welcome to look at them. But when you have an 80-20 split in this county between the city and the county, I went back and said, you know what? I worked for this for almost 3 years before I came to this. I said, county's paying for city crime. So I did all the numbers out. This last year, we paid $1.9 million to handle city's crime.
Wow.
If we have the levy, it'll be $3.9 million that the county people will pay to handle city crime. And you take your numbers of 12% and 3%, and I heard in 2014, I think it was, Malkin's got up and said 17% of this load comes from the county. It's never been 20. We bring our intake in at 20 for what we actually put in the reports. It's been 80-20, 80-20, 80-20. When it finally makes it through the end of the whole system through Malkin's door, it can be at 17, 12, 4, whatever. But that was, by the way, the year of the real crash. But somebody's going to have to look and say, are we going to pay? Now, do we have to pay the whole, does the city have to pay the whole amount for all or 80% of the crime? No, I'm not suggesting that. But there's a big imbalance for the fact that the county people who do take the time and do take the money to go out there and get crime handled with gates and dogs and all the things that they can do and are doing. And the city goes on and says, well, you know, we got a crime problem. They're fully funded. They have all this. We're doing it. When we were in the big money, back when we were doing 12, 15, 18 million a year, figures out about 5 million every year the county was funding to make that city crime be taken care of. And that'll still happen. Last year it was 1.9. If the levy goes through, it'll be 3. I think it's 3.7 actually. Just ran it very recently. That needs to be looked at too. You talk about their $900,000 that they give for 30 jail beds. Hey, let's even it out a little bit. I'll split the difference with you. Okay? If we pay you 3.9, give me half of that at least. Give me 2/3 of that. We've never done that in this county, and I've never heard a single person ever do the spreadsheet on what the real split is and who's paying who. And when you break it all down, and I've broken it down and I've run it by CPA guys and said, you know, is that true? Is this the split? That's what we're paying in the county to handle the city's crime problem. So don't get in the thing, well, the city's going to get tired of this. Oh, well, you want us to pay more? How long we pay 80-90% of your crime? You know, where's the fair spot here, folks?
But you see, the people in the county already know this. We know this.
We feel it.
We live it. So I don't understand, why hasn't somebody done anything about it before now?
I'm the only one that I know of that does spreadsheets and facts and digs back. I've got 21 years on my phone of crime in this county. I know how it goes. I know every single... Do you know, when you look at levies, I've gone to every levy. I've done all the financial background. Levies, basically, folks, since 12, when they started the last set of levies, 8 people. That's it. 8 funding people. Now, each levy, they've gone out and gotten a few others, but I'm talking about people who give over $1,000 to levies. There's only 8 that are all through the whole thing. That's the real crux of what's going on in this county. Very, very, very few people are actually in there trying to make a levy happen to you. It's the same group. It's the same group through all the years. We had one, but that's what's really going on. This isn't a widespread, oh, the county's terrible and the crime is awful and let's all rise up. When you have whole places that you get 3 votes out of the entire county, precincts, to make the levy go, Cave Junction hollers day in and day out. You know what their precinct was in Cave Junction? 57% no. 57% no, folks. This is Cave Junction. Oh, blood in the streets, terrible, oh my God.
That's because they don't believe that if they pass the levy that action would come to them.
That's right.
Amen.
But they all have their reasons, but you're not selling it, and you're going to have to do something different. Don't talk something different, do something different.